By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what it takes to set boundaries with a narcissist without so much as saying a word. Let's dive in. Hey friends, Tamie M, Joyce here, empowerment life coach, creator of the Freedom class and the Ascension class. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comment section below. And if you're back, of course, welcome back. Thanks for showing up and for tuning in. Either way, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. So let's talk about how to set boundaries with a narcissist without actually having to say anything at all. To begin with, it's important to remember that no communication is communication. Now, I'm not talking about stonewalling or using the silent treatment to manipulate or punish someone the way the narcissist does. I'm talking about using silence as the powerful communicator that it can be, in particular with the toxic people in your life. Believe me when I tell you, silence is loud. And when it comes to getting your message across to a narcissist, it is often much louder, more clear, effective, and powerful than anything you could possibly say. Now, to be clear, it's not just about going silent. There's a whole lot more to this strategy than just that, not least being your posture and the energy you embody as you make the decision to protect yourself from harmful people by setting healthy limits and boundaries. It all begins with you, who you be while you do what you do. And the beauty of this strategy is it eliminates the need for unnecessary repetition. When you attempt to verbally set healthy limits and boundaries with a destructive narcissist, you'll find that you often have to repeat yourself, as the narcissist conveniently forgets what you've already said to them on repeat. So instead of banging your head against that wall with people who have zero desire to hear you, never mind respect or honor you, I'm going to suggest that you try a whole new strategy. And it goes as follows. Say nothing and simply remove yourself from the dynamic. Step by step if necessary, entirely if you're able. Decide that you will not spend time with, nor are you willing to invest in and nurture relationships with people who feel entitled to hurt you and then blame you for the hurt they cause. Decide that you will not spend time with, nor are you willing to expose yourself to people who believe it's okay to gossip about you, smearing you for sport when you're not in the room. People who will not only lie to you, but also lie about you, putting you down and assassinating your character as a means of propping themselves up with some false sense of superiority. Decide that you will remove yourself from the presence of those who feel entitled to disrespect, target, exploit, or abuse you in any way whatsoever. Just walk away. Now, what this approach does is allow you to protect your mental and emotional well-being by distancing yourself from toxic influences without unnecessary confrontation or strife. Remember, the goal is to set clear boundaries and therefore create peaceful separations from the toxic people in our lives. It's about giving ourselves permission to cut off narcissists with relative ease while simultaneously preserving our mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Understand your ability to pull this off begins with you. And as I said, the posture you hold and the energy you carry while you do this. So here are 5 suggestions to help support you and strengthen your resolve when it comes to silently setting boundaries with toxic people. Number 1, tell yourself the truth. That's right. The very first thing you have to do when you recognize that you're dealing with any degree of toxicity in an individual or group of individuals is to see it for what it is and then tell yourself the dirt honest truth about your experience. Learn to discern harmful and toxic attitudes and behavior for what they are, hurtful and destructive. And certainly not something you want or should have to put up with in any area of your life. And the toxicity that a destructive narcissist brings into our lives can manifest in any number of ways, not least being the constant drama, toxic gossip, and negativity that quite literally drains you of your vital life force energy. It shows up in subtle and not so subtle manipulative tactics that erode your confidence and cause you to doubt and second guess yourself, like, for example, gaslighting. Then there's the excessive and incessant wants, needs, and demands that leave you feeling overwhelmed, exploited, and resentful. Or another way it manifests is in their lack of empathy, so much so that you're left feeling unseen, unheard, and completely invalidated. By being able to spot these patterns of behavior, you'll be more easily able to recognize when a friendship, or any relationship for that matter, is detrimental to your well-being. And the reality is, you need this awareness in order to be able to set healthy limits and boundaries with confidence, mainly because it's these healthy limits and boundaries that will protect you, and again, your emotional health and well-being. But remember, seeing it doesn't mean you have to react to it. And telling yourself the truth doesn't necessarily have to include confronting the narcissist. In fact, neither of those things are likely to be helpful or productive. Just see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel, and don't lie to yourself. Do not allow yourself to slip into denial or codependent amnesia. And while you're at it, it's also important for you to learn to practice self-compassion. That's right, compassion isn't something that should be directed towards others only. Self-compassion means that in the same way we don't want to see others suffer needlessly, we also do not deserve to suffer needlessly. We too deserve the same kindness, consideration, care, protection, and respect. So, when we practice self-compassion, we not only acknowledge when relationships are harmful for us, no matter how painful, awkward, or uncomfortable it may be to have to admit that truth to ourselves. As I said, nonetheless, we tell ourselves the truth. But we also have the courage to take the necessary steps to do what we need to do to love, honor, respect, and protect ourselves, to take good care of ourselves. By practicing self-compassion, we honor ourselves and our inherent worth. And in doing so, we develop the strength to hold the standard in our own life. We develop the strength to set and maintain the kind of boundaries that not only keep us safe, but also nurture our sense of self-worth along with our peace of mind and our peace of heart. And we do this so that we can actually live the good, happy, healthy, and productive life we're meant to be living. That's hard to do when you perpetually expose yourself to toxic people, no matter who they are. Next, you want to use detachment to reduce your level of emotional investment in these harmful relationships with toxic people. Naturally, it's our emotions that are the driving force behind our relationships. We invest emotionally and otherwise to varying degrees into the people that we like, love, and care about. However, when dealing with people with a destructive narcissist personality pattern, our level of emotional investment can leave us more open and vulnerable to their toxicity and abuse than we otherwise would be. So, what's key as we prepare to set boundaries with toxic people is detachment. Emotional detachment is going to be vital to your success. And to be clear, this is not about building walls around our hearts or numbing ourselves to our true feelings. Rather, it's a practice of cultivating a level of emotional detachment so that we're not only more serene, peaceful, and emotionally balanced, we're also less reactive and not so easy to trigger. In addition, this serves us in being able to see and feel things more clearly so we can make good decisions in favor of our best interests moving forward. Picture yourself as the detached, compassionate observer, standing strong and clear, far less affected by what's going on in front of you and more able to see with clarity and discern who's who and what's what. By detaching emotionally when interacting with toxic people, you become less susceptible to their manipulation and abuse. So think of it as wearing an invisible shield that deflects their negativity without taking any of it on or absorbing it in any way. Again, to be clear, this doesn't mean suppressing our emotions or pretending to not care when the truth is you do. It's about acknowledging your feelings and then consciously choosing not to let what you feel determine how you respond or react. As you practice reducing your level of emotional investment, you're going to notice a newfound sense of freedom and personal empowerment. You no longer live at the mercy of your emotions, your feelings, not least those deliberately triggered by toxic people. Instead, you remain detached and you observe. You are very clear that your well-being is not dependent on external validation or approval. In essence, reducing emotional investment is an act of self-love and self-preservation. It allows you to maintain a healthy distance from toxic influences while simultaneously protecting and nurturing your own emotional well-being. What's good for you and in your best interest. And I get that all of this can sound like a very tall order, in particular if these are new concepts for you, or you have yet to begin doing your own healing and recovery work. If that's the case, you may be an excellent candidate for my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class. If you want to learn more about the possibility of working with me in one of my coaching programs, there's a link in the description below this video where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. There's also a free gift section in the description below this video, so be sure to avail yourself of that as well. Number 4, invest in and nurture positive connections with relatively healthy and safe others. Finding, developing, and nurturing positive connections is vital when it comes to being able to set and maintain healthy limits and boundaries with the toxic people long term. The truth is, who we surround ourselves with and the company we keep can either build us up and encourage us, be a source of inspiration and positive influence, or it can drain and deplete us emotionally, energetically, and otherwise. When we're surrounded by a relatively healthy, kind, loving, and supportive community, we thrive. Moreover, we find the internal resources necessary to be able to distance ourselves more easily from harmful and destructive people. So, seek out good, decent, kind-hearted people who resonate with your values, your lifestyle, and your goals. People who uplift you and inspire you. These like-minded souls will, over time, become your safe place. And we all need a safe place to land where we know we're loved, valued, respected, and protected. The right support system can be a source of comfort in your time of need, as well as celebrate you and your wins along the way. Your close inner circle can be a place of mutual respect, genuine love and encouragement, and when you have this going for you, the toxicity and negativity narcissistic people bring into your life will fade into complete and utter insignificance. I promise you. And last but not least, number 5, be consistent. Consistency is vital to anything you want to do successfully, and that includes establishing silent yet powerful and effective boundaries. So remember, it's not just about setting boundaries once and forgetting them. It's about actively reaffirming them in our daily choices and all of our interactions. Again, you set the standard in your own life, and the standard set by your consistency will also communicate a crystal clear message to others about the importance you place on your peace of mind and the quality of your life. It reaffirms your commitment to honoring your own needs and values, strengthening your resolve to keep going and maintain your boundaries long term. The more consistent you are, the more peaceful you become over time, and the brighter you'll shine. It's time now. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. But before I go, how can Tamie M Coaching help you? Well, 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell to make sure you get my new video every Friday. Number 2, watch my free web class by clicking on the link in the description below this video. You'll learn about my personal journey and professional experience through decades of research, specific to healing and recovery from codependency and narcissistic abuse. You'll also learn about some powerful strategies that you can begin to use today. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, and you'd like to be supported by a stellar community of like-minded people focused on solutions that actually work, you can learn more about my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class, by going to www.tamiemcoaching.com and click on Programs and Reviews for all the details. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you have a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to break free from painful relationship patterns permanently and actually make lasting progress in your healing and recovery, go to tamiemcoaching.com and click on Apply Now to learn how you can become a client.